Welcome to Marketing Research Proposal on Apple Decline Sales. My name is Moise Esunga. The agenda. I will be focused on problem definition, research objectives, sources of data, method and procedures, data collection method, the instrumentation, example of a diagram, and recommendations. Problem definition. The average cell phone user in the United States is not satisfied with the constant cell phone upgrades. Cell phone makers are imposing upon consumers of cell phones. Our research objective is to show what can marketers in the cell phone industry do to continue enticing consumers towards the purchase of new generations of cell phones, thus keeping cell phone sales high while satisfying customers' needs for constant improvement in technology but at affordable prices. Source of data. There are two main types of source of data. Primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources are two types. There are quantitative sources and there are qualitative sources. Quantitative sources are based in mathematical calculation in various formats. So quantitative sources are statistical. Qualitative sources do not involve numbers or mathematical calculations. Qualitative research is closely associated with words, sounds, feeling, emotions, colors, and other elements that are not quantifiable, so non-statistical. Secondary sources. Secondary data is a type of data that has already been published in books, newspapers, magazines, journals, online portals. Method and procedures. For my market research proposal, I am using qualitative method as well as secondary data. Qualitative market research is all about understanding people's beliefs and point of views and what they feel about the situation and what are the deciding factors that influence their behavior. We want to discover why consumers are buying less Apple cell phones. Secondary data refers to data that was previously collected for purposes other than my market research proposal. Secondary data involves less cost, less time, and less effort. And this is perfect for my research proposal. Data collection. Quantitative data collection and analysis include questionnaires with close-ended questions, methods of correlation and regression, means, mode, and median, and others. Contrasting with the goal of qualitative research, that is, to gain insight into the deeper motives behind consumer purchases. Qualitative data collection methods include interviews, questionnaires with open-ended questions, focus groups, observation, game and role playing, case studies, and more. Tools and strategies for qualitative data analysis. There are 4 steps in all qualitative data analysis. First step, raw data management, data cleaning. Second step, data reduction, chunking and coding. Third step, data interpretation, coding and clustering. And the fourth step, data representation, telling the story, making sense of the data. Qualitative data analysis software facilitates the explanation, understanding, and interpretation of people and situations in a faster, meaningful, and more efficient way than human beings. Here I have included a list of the top qualitative data analysis software. Presentation of the findings. There are 3 main steps in the presentation of the findings. First step, you have to provide background information about participants. Second step, you have to present the coding strategies used, number of code, categories and themes emerge. And the third step is the systematic presentation of the findings, stating each theme, describing what the theme stands for, supporting the theme with an evidence from the data, showing how the findings address the research question, having a finding summary table, presenting the relationship between themes, creating a diagram to show the relationship between themes. That's what we will see in the next slide. The next slide shows the reasons for Apple iPhone decline sales. On the left-hand side, we have the current situation, and on the right-hand side, we have the future situation, future state. The current situation is that there is a decline in sales. Why? Because of the high price, rapid version change, and lack of innovation, competition from Chinese-made cell phone, a strong dollar, weaker sales in Chinese market. So now, to change the situation and increase sale, we have to lower prices. There have to be a lag in introduction of new version. They have to deal with the competition by offering incentives. We have to decrease the price of iPhone, and we have to boost sales by revising the pricing. So all these new things will lead to increased sales. Recommendations. For potential future market research, the emphasis should be on data analysis and data science. There are software available for that. Storytelling and visualization can use PowerPoint and other presentation software. Sales and business knowledge should be developed. Critical thinking, strategy, and innovation is to be encouraged and put in place. Qualitative research, as it provides the high fidelity data and richness not available in surveys, and enabled discovery not available in surveys. The use of secondary data, which is information that has already been gathered and might be relevant to the problem at hand. I will be taking questions. Thank you for listening to my presentation. The instrumentation. Since it was not possible to collect primary data because of the time constraint, to elicit data for this proposal, we went for secondary data. Secondary data collection involves the use of data that were collected for various purposes other than the current research. Secondary data exist. They are publicly available data from library, trade association, government agency. Source of secondary data. You can find secondary data in trade journals, newspapers, press releases, industry analysis reports, marketing research reports, university research, private business, competitors, professional associations.